Alright, sorry about that, guys. We're back. So yeah, what were we doing here? Oh, yes. We got a pretty big boost. Well, no boost here because it's not costing us anything more. But we might get an influx of passengers on the next flight. See if we can bump it up to 1,500 and see what happens. Let's see, what else do we need to do? I think we got everything done. I was a little distracted by that sudden phone call there, but let's go ahead and give our money to Mr. Zin. We're already pretty low on this loan amount here. Oh, this is interesting. You receive a one-time offer from the Traders Union to trade in your 400-ton ship for a 600-ton ship. This will quote-unquote only cost you 68,561 kubars, and the Traders Union is even willing to raise your credit limit by 25,000 kubars in case you run into financial trouble. Do you want to do it? I'm going to say yes. Now, we're automatically going to take out a loan from the Traders Union for that, which is a 5% loan instead of 4% for Mr. Zin. But by some miracle, we don't have to pay our union boss this week, so that's a good thing. The nice thing about this event as well is if you are owing any back wages, those back wages will also be waived. So if I was owing like 18,000 kubars because I hadn't paid my crew for a couple of weeks, that's gone. Never expect that to happen though. Always play as though things are going to happen normally. Now, unfortunately, we're still in 6th place because of that purchase. But now we have a bigger ship. Boink. I'm not too worried though. Yeah, I think we might have set the price a little too high there. I'm gonna bump it back down to 1100. Running a bit low on fuel, but fuel prices are extremely low right now. Due to a glut in the market, the price range has gone from 160 to 1600, and right now it's really at the bottom of that range. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sell our stuff, and then we're gonna go ahead and fill up.
Great deal. Great deal.
And some pretty good deals on everything here. I'm gonna grab up all of the lava lamps and fill the rest up with toasters. And then we're going to go to frack, I think. We can get a better price for the lava lamps on Zine, just a little bit better, but we haven't been to excuse me. We haven't been to frack yet, and they have good prices on toasters, so I'm selling them anyway. Let's see. Yeah, we need to fill up our tank, pay our taxes, and we can't set our advertising budget because advertising has become more expensive because we have a bigger ship. That's one thing to keep in mind. For every 200 tons of ship you have is going to increase your advertising budget by 500 kubars per level. Alright, we don't have enough money for insurance, so let's hope nothing bad happens. And a new engine is going to be way too expensive, so we're not going to do that either. I'm just going to give my money to the Traders Union because they have a higher interest rate. And off we go to frack.
Hey-ho, family.
You are stopped by a broken down spaceship flashing a distress signal. The captain, Curtonian Plus, asks if you will loan him 19,800 kubars to repair his ship so he can return to Zine. He promises to pay you back just as soon as he arrives home. You want to loan him the money? If you loan him the money, there is a chance that he's just pretty much scamming you and you're not going to get anything back. There's also a chance that he is the real deal and you'll get your money back threefold. So I'm going to be the nice guy and give him the money, which is going to come out of the Traders Union. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm getting my money back. Teeter, a traveling repairman, says that he has the necessary parts to expand your ship's fuel tank capacity by 5 tons, and this will, quote-unquote, only cost you 43,890 Ku bars. Are you interested? No. And why does Gizzy Shipping get better deals for bigger ships than I am? For that matter, Puffer also is. I think Hoffmeister got about the same sort of deal. And Gizzy Shipping gets a deadly solar storm. And there's another glut of fuel on the market, so fuel prices are going to be even lower. The range is now 128 to 1280 Ku bars per ton, and currently at 134, so really dead low here.
Great deal.
Let's grab some Noggle Sand and some very farty whipped cream. We can go to Hork or we can go to Zine. Style has some pretty decent percentages too. I'm gonna go to Zine.
Hi.
And here we're at Frack. So Frack is the Voyager's insurance company headquarters, where we can ask for a reduction in our weekly premiums. Let's see what we can get. The insurance company reviews your records and offers to lower your rates for an average of 24%. So now our range is 16 to 16,000 Ku bars. Let's see. I think that's about all for this turn. I'm going to go ahead and pay the Traders Union. Go off to Zine. I'll forgive some water to Stubbs. Gizzy Shipping faster engine. And here we are at Zine. Fill up our ship. Actually, yeah, that's right up to capacity. Not a drop wasted. And perform our business here. Now, as far as selling our exotic, we have two options. We can go to Tilo or Frack. We can also go to Pike, which has a really good price on diapers and decent price on exotic. I'm going to go to Pike and see if we can upgrade our engine in the process. I'm going to pass on insurance for this turn. This might be a bad idea, but we'll see. Expand your ship's cargo bay by 10 tons. It will cost you 41,850 Ku bars. Way too much. We could pay off Zin right now. At least that'll be one less debt to worry about. But Zin is only charging us 4%, whereas the Traders Union is charging us 5%. You definitely want to try to pay off the Traders Union first. Off to Pike. 200 ton upgrade for 60,914 Ku bars? No. Oh, look at that. Traders Union is reducing our loan rate from 5 to 4%. Trading Corp 4 gets some trouble from the Hungo Warriors. A couple of companies are getting faster engines because why wouldn't they be? Wow. Rogue Transport got a big problem there. This is some... I don't think it has anything to do with the stock market because nothing is crashing right now. Let's see. Fill up on Ogle Sand and X Fuels. We are going to take those over to Zine. Seeing as they have the best price in Ogle Sand, really good on X Fuels too. think we have enough money to fill up our tank. Wow. Engine upgrade for 1020. Yeah, definitely snapping that up. Okay. That just happened. Schnoz Lombardo, a less than acclaimed lounge singer, stops your ship. He says that he has just landed a contract at a hot lounge on Nosh. He's willing to pay you 30,000 kubars if you take him there right away. How about it? Now, the thing about getting diverted to another planet is that any advertising you've taken out um, on the previous turn is null and void. You advertised for a specific planet and you're going to a different one, so it's like you're not advertising at all. Plus, the stocks are not going to be the same. You might end up not being able to make a profit at all. With the trade-off, of course, being that you have a guaranteed 30,000 kubars if you take the deal. So I'm going to say no. Comes across hands. Interesting. Lower taxes, always a good thing.
Great deal.
I would say if we were in a better position, if we had more money, I would have taken the deal. But right now we're kind of fighting to get at least out of the hole as soon as possible. So
Hi.
we're gonna have to fill up our tank pretty soon. Fuel price is pretty low. Turbocharger set ship's engine for 6,048 kubars. I would have to say yes. And it worked. Alright. So let's give the rest of our money to the Traders Union. And then it's off to Pike. Trading Corps 4, bigger ship. Broke transport, faster engine. We're currently in 6th place. We actually dropped a place.
Great deal.
Let's get lava lamps. And fill the rest up with... No, let's not bother fill the rest up. Where haven't we been so far? We haven't been to Tilo. But Tilo doesn't have good percentages. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's go to Zine.
Hi.
Engine upgrade for 11,000 kubars. I'm gonna say yes. And this is a neutral event. When you show up at the Yellow Tech engine plant, they inform you that their mechanic is ill and cannot install a new engine. They ask you to come back next week. Well, poo. Spivak, a distraught pregnant spacefly, offers to pay you 30,600 kubars if you will empty your ship's septic tanks onto her asteroid. The waste is perfect for breeding baby flies, and she promises to clean up afterward. You agree? Now, this is against regulations. You're not supposed to just empty your septic tanks wherever you want. If you get caught, you'll basically get a fine that will put you under for 30,600. I think that's how it works anyway. But if you don't get caught, then you're 30,600 to the plus side. I think your chance of getting caught is kind of low to medium, so it's not a big risk, but it's still a risk. And I'm gonna say yes. Alright, we got away with it. Hoffmeister is accused of illegally trading stock in opposition to imperial regulations. So they get fined for that. Trading Corp, faster engine. And we're now in 3rd place. And taxes are even lower somehow. However, Vandergriff is really picking up some steam there, so we can't tarry too much. That's such a weird sound just all around. Not gonna make a whole lot of profit on Cryptoons, but we can still make a profit, especially if we go to Nosh. Since we're going to Nosh, I'm not gonna bother filling my tank. Increase the ship's fuel capacity by 5 tons for 9,000 Kubars. Yeah, it's a pretty good price. Now we can finally pay off the Traders Union and resume paying off Mr. Zinn. If nothing bad happens to my money in the next turn, I should be able to pay off Mr. Zinn completely. Then it will be completely in the black. Oh, look at that! Due to reassessment of your company's accident records, your Voyager's insurance premiums have been lowered an average of 31%. I'm not gonna press my luck. It worked the last time. It doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work this time. Also, quit getting knocked up every 5 seconds. And this basically gives us, I think right now we have an 8 or 9 Quarp engine. It's as though we have a couple of more Quarps added to that. Likewise, you can also have your navigator get lost, and for it to take considerably longer to get to your destination, or end up on another planet entirely. We are currently in 5th place still. But we are about to fall into the black here, so I'm not too worried. Fill up on toasters. Now I go to frack with those toasters. In fact, since we are about to go into the black, I'm going to bump up my advertising level here, as well as my ticket price to $12.50. And we get 49% off of fuel price. But unfortunately, as you pull up to Zobrock's refueling station, he rushes out and begs you to come back another time. He says he has an emergency to take care of and cannot help you this week. Lovely. We still got a couple of turns before we really have to fuel up. The important thing is, right now we have a fuel usage of 2 to 17 tons per trip. We want to avoid this going below 17. So that's the important thing. Right now it's at 29. I'm not worried. Alright, we've just tried to do that. So yeah, let's go ahead and pay off Mr. Zinn. So that is all we have to do for that. The rest of the money goes in the bank, and we shall gain interest on it, instead of losing interest. In an attempt to promote free trade in the Kakubian colonies, the Emperor Dread is auctioning off the assembly plant on Hork to the highest bidder for a value of 3,231 Kubars per visit to Hork. Let's see. Since we're actually in the black now, you can afford kind of dipping back down. A bid 61,000. And we don't have to pay our crew, which is definitely going to help. You happen across me, a true adolescent technoid, who claims to know just about everything. Me offers to reprogram your ship's computers, which will allow you to replace one of your crew members with a fully automated system. The entire job will cost you 6,000 Kubars and may upset the labor union, but could save you money in the long run. Are you interested? So the labor union could go on strike, which would cause you to lose a turn, which might cause wages to go up, things like that. And of course, the entire operation could also fail, requiring you to actually have to pay out for repairs to your ship, which I believe are not covered by your voyager's insurance. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. You should have known better than to let me near your computers. He winds up crashing your entire system. Not only does this delay your trip, but the only way to get the system back up and running is to purchase an entirely new motherboard. Obviously, Meek didn't charge you for this first time, but the parts alone wind up costing you about a total of 12,000 kubars, and your insurance does not cover self-inflicted computer crashes. So yeah, we're currently in second place. Unfortunately, the winning bid here was 88,000 kubars, so we didn't get the assembly plan, but I wasn't really planning on being able to get that. Road transport has beat us here, and taxes go up. Let's see. The percentages on Tilo are never really good for us to be able to actually go there and make a profit. There's usually that one planet that you almost never go to if you're trying to do the trading game proper, though. Yeah, I think Pike is going to be the place to go. Oh, right.
Hi.
I don't think we're going to get lower premiums because our premiums have already been lowered twice now. And this is an instance of something bad that might happen. Your meeting with your insurance agent goes well. He promises to lower your rates. That is why you are surprised to receive a note in the mail the next day indicating that your premiums have been raised an average of 45%. Sorry, but there's nothing you can do about this. So our rates are now 16 to 16,000 kubars, which I believe is where we started. We're still okay on fuel. Our money is automatically gonna go into the bank when we change planets, so we don't have to keep tabs on that all the time. Supreme Commander Dred Nicholson, Emperor of the New Realm, pays a visit to your company. He praises your hard work and loyal support of the New Realm. At the end of his speech, he asks you to make a small donation of 16,200 kubars to the Imperial Trust Fund. Do you donate the money? This is the Emperor we're talking about. You don't want to say no. You can make your life miserable if you say no. Let's say yes. Well, at least Hoffmeister has to pay higher premiums too. Trading Corp new engine, Rogue Transport new engine. Now it's saying that we're low on fuel. We have 13 tons remaining, and we may take up to 17 tons for a trip. And that's pretty much our indication that we need to fuel up as soon as possible.
Great deal.
I'm going to fill up on X fuels. And let's go to Nosh. I'm going to try to hold off on filling the tank yet. I'm going to buy enough so that we're safe to travel to Nosh, which I believe is on the other side of the system. So we might very well need the entire tank.
Hi.
And we can get a faster engine for 12,960. But when you show up at the LTEC factory, a worker runs out shouting, "Fire, fire, fire!" A second later, the LTEC plant explodes in a ball of flames. Well, so much for buying an engine this week. Fortunately, LTEC is a very technologically advanced company. They will be back by the time we return to Pike.
Oh la la.
Lady Shimmer, an ex-politician turned nightclub dancer, waves down your ship. She explains that her vessel ran out of gas and she desperately needs a lift to Sty, where she's supposed to give a performance for the Emperor himself. If you take her there right away, she promises to make it well worth your while. Do you give Shimmer a lift to Sty? Now, again, as mentioned, the commodities on Sty are not going to be the same. Our advertising is null and void. Plus, I was kind of going to Nosh to refuel, but this could be a very good thing if I accept it. Let's try it. You are well on your way to Sty when another ship comes out to greet Lady Shimmer. Delighted, Lady Shimmer gives you a juicy kick. Feels like a kick. A juicy kiss on the cheek, hands you 2 free passes to her nightclub act, then hops on the ship. You watch, speechless, as Lady Shimmer waves goodbye from the departing spacecraft. Was it really worth it? No, it wasn't. Easy shipping has to pay more for their crew. And we have facility fees on Sty. Well, that sucks. Well, let's, since it's the same price, let's just fill up the ship. And then go to Nosh as we had previously intended. Let's see. Unfortunately, we don't really get to make much of a profit here. But,
Hi.
Good.
there we go. Oh, look at that. As part of a promotional package, LTech Engine Co. offers you a free upgrade from your 8-Quarp engine to a supercharged 9-Quarp engine. They hope this will boost sales by inspiring your competitors to purchase new engines. We got Snoz Lombardo wanting to go to Pike. Yourself. Really want to go to Nosh, people. You have to say no. Let's go ahead and go to the wholesaler, and as you pull up to your ship, as you pull your ship up to Zobrok's refueling station, he apologizes for making you go through all the trouble, but just found a leak in his main tank. Lovely. All right, let's fill the ship at retail price after we sell our stuff, I guess.
Great deal.
Big profit though. We're still not going to Tilo.
Hi.
And off to Zine. Currently in 3rd place. Trading Corp got a huge boost there. Apparently not from the stock market. Let's see. Zine is kind of holding steady. I might start playing in the stock exchange pretty soon here. And umbrellas. Hey, we're going to Tilo, guys! It's not the best deal we can get on one product or the other, but it's a good deal on both.
Hi.
Fuel tank 5 tons, 6510. Your mechanic confides in you that this change he is about to make may permanently damage your ship's drive system. You wisely decide not to go ahead with the upgrade. Lovely. At least it's not a negative action as a result. Yeah, let's go take a look here. Looks like Hork might be a good place to invest right now. Pike would have been a good place to invest like really early in the game. Because you have been complaining so much about how difficult it is to run a business and how the competition is driving you under, your crew reluctantly agrees to forget about any money you owe them. You again. Yes. Hey, it worked. It's heavy investments in new equipment.
Money, money, money.
Higher taxes. We have finally made it to Tilo after all this time. Let's go ahead and conduct our business. Looks like we're going to Nosh next. Actually, let's boost this up a little bit. We've been doing really good on business lately. Insurance is way low right now. And Tilo is the only planet in Kokobia with legalized gambling. If you're feeling lucky, you can try your hand at Tilo's most popular game, All or Nothing. If you win, you'll double whatever you bet. If you lose, the fun is over. Note, under Imperial law, no one is allowed to gamble more than 5% of their total cash in 1 week. Which is kind of a good thing that they have this, since this is supposed to be kind of an educational-ish game. It goes to show that gambling a little bit can be okay as long as you know your limit and never make a basically never let gambling get the best of you. As the Atlantic Lottery Corporation says, know your limit, play within it.
Thank you.
Ah. Sorry, but you lose. The casino dealer takes your 4,747 coup bars and inform you that if you want to continue gambling, you'll have to come back another time. Well, no big deal. Let's check the stock market. I'm going to go ahead and put some stock in Tilo. And there is a brokerage fee. Every time you buy or sell stock, you must pay your broker a 1% commission. This comes out to be a total of 1,135 coup bars. Sorry, but brokers do not work for free. They just work to make you broker. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Oh boy. Due to reassessment of your company's accident records, which really hasn't been a whole lot, your Voyager's insurance premiums have been raised an average of 31%. This is what I was talking about earlier. Due to a navigation error on a part of your pilot, you end up on planet Frack. And Voyager's insurance does not cover pilot error, despite the fact that you've raised my premiums. I'm switching to Geico. Well, we're still in second place. Everyone has a 600-ton ship right now. And we're still getting some pretty good prices on everything. We just don't have any good prices to buy, which is the main problem right now. So let's check the supply percentages and see that Zine has 100% on exotic. So we're going to move over to Zine. We're not going to buy anything here. We're just going to go right to Zine.
Hi.
And see if we can negotiate to lower our premiums again, because seriously. Oh. Your insurance agent reviews your records and informs you that there has been a grave mistake. The Voyager's insurance company has been overcharging you for the past several months, despite the fact that I don't think we've been running for several months. To your surprise, you are due a refund in the amount of 20,400 coup bars. Look at that, the Frack Exchange shot up this week. The average share price gained an amazing 298 points on heavy trading. We have reports from the Frack Exchange that a big number of big investors have made a tidy profit. It's unexpected margin shift. Yeah, that would be nice to have Frack stock last week. Hey, look at that. We're not paying our We're not paying our crew. We are lowering our Voyager's insurance.
Money, money, money.
And we're getting higher taxes. It is really a race for the top right now. Trading Corp 4 is going steadily up, but so are we. Pretty much on sheer force of will. Since we're increasing our advertising budget, we can increase our ticket price too. Alright, we need to get our money from the bank since we didn't actually buy anything to sell this turn. So it's not as good of a price I wanted on exotic, but still pretty alright. Definitely going to sigh with all this.
Hi.
Oh, that's definitely worth it if it works. It does.
Good.
Let's see, Zine. Zine is kinda lowish right now. Let's go ahead and buy into Zine. Manariff wins the lottery. Lovely. Hoffmeister faster engine.
Great deal.
Fill up on lava lamps and send those to Zine, I guess. We're going back to Zine.
Hi.
I don't think we're going to need any help from the Traders Union here, but let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get better interest rate on our savings account. That'd be great. Traders Union regrets to inform you that they are unable to provide financial assistance at this time. Ah. What about the stock market? Not doing great here. Buffer is accused of selling stolen goods.
Money, money, money.
Higher taxes.
Great deal.
I think we can really increase our ticket price a little more here. Let's put it up to 1,600. Still getting a lot of passengers trying to get on our ship.
Hi.
Cargo bay expansion. Let's try it. Your cautious mechanic examines your ship and concludes that it might not be such a good idea to upgrade it after all. Lovely. Yeah, Zine has actually gone down since we bought our stocks. Let's go over to Nosh. Oh. Yeah, let's get that ship upgrade. We can actually afford it. Your ship runs across Scooter J, a smuggler from the galaxy of Patapatapita. Scooter offers to buy all of your cargo for 70,880 kubars, which is considerably more than we paid for it, by the way. Under Imperial law, however, you're forbidden to trade with anyone from Patapatapita. Do you want to break the law and accept Scooter's offer? You have a pretty good chance of getting found out here, and you get a pretty bad fine if you do, so. Plus, you lose all of your cargo. I'm gonna say no. Ah, boy. Olympus, Olympus, a renowned humanitarian and philanthropist, asks if you would like to donate the cargo you have in your ship to the Kukubian Children's Fund. Do you give your valuable cargo to the needy children? Oh. I think bad things can happen if you don't. Plus, I kind of feel bad for not. Okay, let's do it. When the Grand Sages, Kukubia's most venerated religious figures, hear of how your struggling company offered to give up its precious cargo for needy children, they grant your company the highest blessing. I don't know if that actually increases luck or something. The Hapa Gilo crime syndicate approaches you with a devious proposal. They are willing to make life extremely difficult for your competitors if you pay them 48,800 kubars. Do you want to accept this evil offer? I think the obvious answer to that is no. This is actually actually makes life worse than the other offer that we received previously if we accept it, but we have a higher chance of getting caught. So let's say no. Vandergriff is bashed by the press for being greedy and self-serving. I think they might have gotten that same donation offer that I got. Hoffmeister new engine. Unfortunately, we're kind of solidly in second place now, nearly third. Let's see.
Hi.
See if we can fill up our tank. Yes, we can. Cheap gas. I'm gonna take this stuff over to Zine, I guess. The Traders Union is auctioning off a 200-ton ship upgrade to the highest bidder. The company that purchases this upgrade will be able to trade in their old ship for a new, larger ship. So this is a silent auction, as others previously have been. Let's put me down for 37,000. Oh, that is a good price. But I'm not gonna push my luck. Wow, that's actually a pretty high bid for a ship upgrade. Usually 37,000 will usually get it for you. At least at this difficulty level.
Great.
And a lot of exotic here. See if we can maximize our profits with that.
Hi.
That's a pretty big opportunity anyway. I'm gonna say no. Zine is going down still. I'll buy low, sell high. For only 44,993 kubars, you have the opportunity to increase your warehouse space from 50 tons to 100 tons on every planet. Do you want to do it? I haven't actually used the warehouse yet, so I'm going to say no. Scooter J, you can eat it. Your company is approached by the Wobbler, a starving artist. The Wobbler asks you to sponsor his next avant-garde theatrical production. It will cost 26,400 kubars and probably won't make any money. However, it'll be an artistic masterpiece that will go down in history. You give him the money? This has a chance of tripling your money, I believe. I'm gonna do it.
Whoopsie daisy.
The Wobbler's experimental play turns out to be a complete flop. Supreme Commander Dred Nicholson calls it a national disgrace and bans it from ever being shown again in public. You happen across Spike the Space Mutt. Spike hops on board and makes himself at home. You can either adopt the stray dog or leave him on this asteroid. Do you adopt Spike? Now, here's the thing about Spike. I don't know if I've mentioned this before or not, but if you do adopt Spike, you may find Spike's owner, who will give you a fair amount of money for finding Spike. Or Spike may decide to trash your ship, and unfortunately, your Voyager's insurance does not cover acts of dog. So I'm going to say no. Especially since we're trying to catch up with everyone here. Trading Corp is already halfway to 1 million.
Great.
A huge profit on exotic there, though.
Hi.
And let's see. The Traders Union official complains how last week his salary was cut. He doesn't even know if the Traders Union will be in business much longer if they keep losing money at the current rate. Oh, lovely. It's not really much of a worry about that. The Traders Union will never shut down. Unfortunately, our zine stock, it really isn't doing very well. How is Tilo doing? Tilo's doing pretty good. We're going to hold on to the money we have right now, though. Oh. Voyage's insurance premiums lowered by 23%. Our Traders Union loan goes down to 3% from 4%. And we get another 25 tons of warehouse space for free. Puffer gets a bigger ship. Broke gets a bigger ship. And has a serious miscalculation. Trading Corp 4 is really gaining here. We're going to have to make some serious steps here if we want to win the game.
Hi.
See what kind of a... Wow. We can get an additional seat in our passenger bay for only 120 Kubars. Unfortunately, it turns out that the day you're scheduled to bring in your ship for an upgrade, your favorite mechanic has agreed to host the Mechanics Union dance at his garage. Instead of fixing your ship, you spend the afternoon dancing with a bunch of greasy mechanics. Well, that was too good to be true, and it ended up not being true at all. Warehouse upgrade for 25,000. I'll say no. Patapita is no. Gizzy shipping takes a cutthroat strategy. Fuel prices are on the rise. Facility fees. I wonder. Let me see here. Computer players. I want to see if Gizzy shipping has changed to aggressive here or something. No, still independent, freewheeling, chaotic. This doesn't get updated at all for any reason, I guess. Let's get some oxygen. Let's sell that to Sty.
Hi.
And this week your agent claims to have a mega media event scheduled for you with a journalist from the Astral Reporter. Let's do it. You meet with the journalist from the Astral Reporter, Kokubia's largest newspaper. To your surprise, the reporter writes a glowing article making you out to be some sort of financial genius. Sweet. Pork exchange is steadily going up here as Zine is steadily going down. I'm starting to consider selling my Zine stock. In an effort to encourage you to borrow more money, which you can't actually do, so I don't know why, Mr. Zin lowers your interest rate from 4% to 3%. Your ship encounters Hans, a well-known crook and racketeer. Hans offers to exchange a cargo you have on your ship for 200 tons of exotic. Under Imperial law, you're forbidden to buy, sell, or trade any goods you know are stolen. Do you break the law and accept his offer? Well, as you know, exotic is the most valuable thing you can get. But if you get caught, you'll lose all of your cargo and get a fine. So I'm going to say no. You bump into RJ Rafferty, a big-time speculator. RJ is always scheming to buy more stock than the rules permit. One of RJ's legal loopholes is to buy stock between the planets where Imperial law is fuzzy. RJ makes you an offer to buy all of your shares on the Zine exchange for a current market price plus an extra 15%. You currently own 135 shares of Zine exchange. The price you pay is 931. The current market price is 706. This means if you sell now, you stand to make a deficit of 16,079 Kubars if you sell now. I really want to dump my Zine Exchange stock, so I'm going to say yes. There is a chance that you can get caught and get a fine. So, but I'm going to dump off all of my Zine Exchange stock. I don't want that anymore. It's getting dirty. Couple of new engines. And a glut of fuel in the market. Go ahead and sell our oxygen.
Whoa.
Buy up some hair tonic and frog legs, I guess. I'm gonna sell that and frack.
Hi.
How's the stock exchange in Sty? Not great. I'm gonna hold off. What about Tilo? Oops. Skipped over here. Yeah, Tilo is still pretty strong. Not spectacular, but strong. Facility, a refrigeration bay on Hork for 1764. I bid 40,000 on that. Due to an increase in cost of living, the United States Workers Union demands that you raise your employee's weekly salary by 100 crew bars per person. Do you agree to raise the salary? If you answer no, there is a chance that the crew will go on strike. I'm going to say yes.
Hi.
And Voyager Insurance does not cover this, obviously. We're making some real headway here. We're getting pretty close to the top. Wow. 93,000. That was kind of ridiculous.
Whoa.
Great deal.
Buy up on Cryptoons, which we're going to sell on Tilo. Wow, look at the 79 Kubars. Okay. Can we lower our premiums even more, I wonder?
Hi.
The insurance company keeps you waiting 2 hours and then tells you the person you need to talk to is not in this week. Lovely. Frac exchange is steadily going up. Now let's take the risk. Let's also take a risk by increasing this to 1750. Girdle, a notorious fuel fiend, grabs onto your fuel tank and demands that you give him something to drink. Like all fuel fiends, Girdle must consume copious amounts of oil in order to perform his bi-weekly mating rituals, which is a lot more often than I anyway. Girdle offers to pay you 126,000 Kubars if you allow him to gulp down half of the fuel presently in your tank. Your tank is currently 90% full. I will say yes. That is definitely a worthwhile expense and puts us at the top. We are in first place, viewers. And we are definitely not going to spend 120 some thousand Kubars to fill our tank. Yeah, let's fill up on gems and X fuels. Bit of a risk, but I should be able to make a profit if I go to Sty.
Hi.
Let's try our luck at gambling.
Thank you.
No luck this time. Pretty typical for me, I will say. Well, Tilo is actually kind of going down here, but still more than we paid for it. Not gonna buy any more, though. Let's take a risk. Oh, there we go. That's what I was afraid of. Spike the space mutt turns out to be a real pain in the neck. He runs wild on your ship, harassing your passengers, chewing holes in your new seas, tearing apart your wiring, and relieving himself on your bed. You finally end up dumping Spike on a passing asteroid, but not before he inflicts 21,600 cool bars worth of damage on your ship.
Hi.
Sorry, but your insurance does not cover household pets.
Ooh la la.
Oh, lovely. Lady Shimmer. Let's take the risk. Risk and no reward. Unfortunately, now we're down to second place. With no advertising to work on, but still a really good price on gems.
Deal.
Wow. We don't have a whole lot of commodities to pick from, though. Well, let's fill up on what we can. A bit of a diversity here. And it looks like we're going to make the most amount of profit by going to Tilo.
Hi.
Can we at least refuel? Looks like no. He has changed his mind. Is that something that you can do? That just seems like a jerk move. Off to Tilo then. But not before bidding on this stellar guidance system on Frack for 3,955 Kubars. Excuse me. Let's bid 70,000. Robbed by Space Pirates. Hofmeister new engine. Wow. 190,748 Kubars. Totally not worth it. Look at the kick that Gizzy Shipping just took, too.
Great deal.
Sell Hair Tonic. Sell our Exotic. Sell our Ogle Sand. And, gonna warehouse those lava lamps. So I can fill up on gems. Because gems are at the lowest price right now. Looks like Sty is the best place to go. Now, whenever you have something in your warehouse on a given planet, the key icon will appear here. Just to kind of remind you that you have something here. That's really high for insurance. I'm gonna pass. Oh, look at that! You win. The casino informs you that the casino dealer informs you that you've just won 2,458 Kubars. Under the house rules, you now have the option of going double or nothing. Let's go yes. Ah, sorry, but you lose a lot. You lose it all. Casino dealer politely takes your money and informs you that if you want to continue gambling, you'll have to come back next week. Tilo stocks are kind of starting to drop here. I'm gonna sell. We did, however, make a profit of 29,088 Kubars. No to Patapatapita. Every time. Due to an unexpected surge in production, the price of the supply of manufactured goods on Sty temporarily soars. Prices plummet as diapers, umbrellas, toasters, polyester, hair tonic, and lava lamps flood the market. Fortunately, we have gems, so that will not affect our supply. We will make the maximum amount of profit off of those. As you can see, these commodities are just completely flooded right now. But instead we're going to fill up on Cryptoons since they're pretty low price and will give us a higher amount of money. Oh, that sucks. The Traders Union official informs you that after reviewing your company's financial standing, it turns out that you're a higher credit risk than previously thought. He regrets to inform you that the union must raise the interest rate on your loan from 3 to 4%. Well. That was the Sty stock exchange. I'm on an upswing right now. Also, Zine is loving it. Is kind of bottomed out there. Hopefully, it's on the rebound for good. Well, this is why we get insurance. One of your crew members discovers that you purchased poor quality Cryptoons. You have no choice but to throw out 100 tons of the substandard quality Cryptoons. Luckily, you have Voyager's insurance. The insurance company replaces all of the Cryptoons you had to throw out. Finally, insurance pays off. However, it could be too little too late. Trading Corp is dangerously close to the $1 million level. Let's go ahead and sell our Cryptoons. Am I making a profit on these lava lamps? Yes, I am. Sell those off and get us some gems, which we'll take to Nosh. And Nosh on some gems. Let's go ahead and bump up our advertising as well as our ticket price. I'm not gonna bother with that right now. We were just at Sty, I think, right? Sty went down. That's great. However, purple. Ah! Dang it! This is not the best way to do things. Yeah, Frac Exchange is still going up, so we're still making money off of that. And unfortunately, Trading Corp has reached 1 million Kubars. Trading Corp 4 wins. Big news on the financial front. Trading Corp 4 is the first company in the entire system to attain a net worth above 1 million Kubars. Today, the governor of all 7 planets publicly thanked Trading Corp 4 for helping to grow Kukubia's fledgling economy. This achievement will go down in history as a milestone in Kukubia's steady march toward becoming one of the wealthiest colonies in the galaxy of Gog. The latest word from the capital is that Supreme Commander Dredd Nicholson has openly praised the president of Trading Corp 4 for contributing more than any other company to Kukubia's growth and prosperity. This is an honor few ever receive. Well, we had a good run. We kind of took first place there for a turn, but unfortunately it was not enough. And Trading Corp 4 just took off and kept taking off. Well, that's business, I suppose. So at this point we have the option to continue playing, we can start a new game, or we can quit. I'm going to click on continue playing here so I can save my game. Money. So we're going to go through the rigmarole here. Let's see. There's also an autosave feature in the game, so once you've saved the first time, it will automatically save every turn, so you don't have to worry about it. This was a test recording, so I'm just going to save over that. So yeah, that has been Gazillionaire Deluxe for the Low Bias Monthly of October 2016. I know it's kind of a really long video, but that's how this game is played. Of course, every time you go to the next goal and next goal and so on, your profit margins are going to be bigger and bigger, since you're going to end up getting bigger ships, and more money and things like that. So it doesn't take that long to get to the final goal, but it does take a little while. And you might get a little surprise if you end up picking up this game and getting to the final goal first. You'll just have to find out by picking up the game yourself. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video and for this game. don't think I'm gonna revisit this in LP form, but it was fun to get back into this gameplay again because it is a bit dull, but it has a certain charm to it, and I really like playing it. And I really like sharing it with you guys. So I'm Coolio if you don't know, and I'll see you guys next time.